Like, wow, everybody. Welcome back to another season of Slayer Talk. And now your hosts, Mark and Carol. Well, thank you, Shaggy. Thank you, demonically taken over, Shaggy, for that wonderful intro. Welcome back to a brand new season of Slayer Talk, everyone.
Yay.
My name is Mark. With me, as always, is my fiance, Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. It's been a good week here. It's September 29th, 1998. And we're going to talk about... We're not going to talk about Buffy this episode. Unfortunately, guys. We've got to talk about Anne.
Okay.
The name of the episode. Anne.
So, yeah, and we can talk about the Scooby Gang.
Okay.
And how they tried so hard to fill her shoes.
They did.
It's ridiculous.
It was funny because, the very first thing that happened... Well, the very first thing that happens is...
What in the fuck was that?
It's a theme song.
I really, really don't think so.
Come on.
Wow.
Late fee 1994 at AOL.com. Does that sound like the theme song?
Nah.
It's not the first thing that happens, so.
Oh, no, of course our neighbors are going to start mowing their lawns. Sorry,
Oh,
guys.
my God. What? So, the first thing that happens is Willow trying to kill a vampire.
Trying being the operative word here.
Well, she shows up all badass and stuff, and she's like, oh, it's clobbering time, or whatever she says.
She had some kind of one-liner. Oh, come and get it, big boy. That was it.
Jesus Christ.
That's what she said. Come and get it, big boy.
And he does try to come and get it.
Yes. And Oz... Oh, sorry.
No, I was good.
And Oz tries to have her back. Mm-hmm. He throws the stake at the vampire. You really think it's going to do something? It just, falls a foot away from him.
Yeah. So I liked the whole kind of... Yeah, none of them can do badass stuff, so it's like, instead of the slick editing and all the... it's just... it just falls straight to the ground.
Just fails.
I liked that. I liked that subversion of expectations.
Yeah. But at least they're trying, right?
And, yeah, they are trying. And speaking of them, it's been the summer.
Of course.
And Anne has been gone. She ran away, as we know in the last episode. Giles keeps looking for her.
Yeah, and being Buffy, just because, nobody understands that yet, so...
Well, I assume they watched the episode.
Yeah, but what if
Are
they
you listening to this before you watch the episode?
Hey, your sister listens to our 90210 tapes and does not watch the 90210 show, so...
Okay, well, Buffy left, as we know. She got on that bus with Red and said, time to get busy living or get busy dying.
Okay.
And went to Zawatanejo or Los Angeles. What?
Zawatanejo?
Yeah, that's the place.
What in the actual
That's the
fuck?
place in Mexico where Andy goes at the end of the 1994's The Shawshank Redemption.
Okie dokie. So, yeah. Anne.
From the novella Rita Hayworth in The Shawshank Redemption, collected in the 1986 collection, different seasons.
What is it like to be you? I can't even imagine what it's like to hang out in your brain all day.
What the fuck?
Well, you have so much information just rolling around waiting to come out.
Yeah, that's true. It does. It wants to come out.
It's got to get confusing in there.
Yeah, it does. That's why I have an air traffic controller in my brain. What did it? What just happened? Did a ghost speak to you through your headphones only?
My headphone went pop, okay? It popped in my ear. I don't know why it happened, but it did, and it hurt.
That is a ghost speaking to you.
I guess. In the sound of a lawnmower.
I know, that guy's a piece of shit. Anyway, so... AOL, or 1994 at AOL. Late fee,
You've got
1994 at AOL.com. Do you have neighbors you hate too? Anyway, so she left for Los Angeles for parts unknown. The Los Angeles Underground, like the A-Team.
Right. And somehow...
If there's a demon around, if there are vampires, if you need help, and there's no one else you can turn, you can call... Anne. Dun, 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 dun.
Wow. I honestly, though, don't think that she was doing any kind of evil fighting all summer.
No.
She was being a waitress.
Just waiting tables. Just serving terrible peach pie.
Now, I want more backstory. Like, we only see the end of this, okay? We saw her get on a bus, and then we saw it's the end of the summer. She has her own apartment and a job.
Yeah.
She is a 15, 16-year-old runaway, maybe 17, I don't know.
Right.
And she managed to get an apartment and a job.
Yeah, with what identification? Don't you have to, like... Didn't you have to fill out, like, I-9 paperwork or something like that?
Something?
Where's your... you got to put your social security number on there. You got to put your driver's license.
I mean, I guess, like, everything she did's under the table, but that seems like it wouldn't be so easy to be like, hey, give me a job under the table and an apartment under the table.
It is L.A., but she also is working at a diner that is famous for its peach pie. Is this just the Peach Pit with different lighting?
Well, no, she said she didn't know how many peaches were actually in the peach pie.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe Nat's scraping because he's got... Why is it gross?
Because you said Nat's scraping, because then I was thinking about scraping, like, the leftover peach pie into the shitty peach pie.
Oh, no! I meant scrimping, but...
Scrimping, okay.
Maybe he's scrimping because he's got a young child now that we never see.
Sure.
Because of child labor laws.
Yeah, or his wife. Like, these are not characters that are back ever.
No.
He just looks slightly happier. And more tired.
True sign of parenthood. But, no, seriously, though, I don't... Like, is this... Obviously, it's not the Peach Pit. But is this supposed to be, like... a reference to that? I don't know.
I really didn't read all that into the fact that she works in a crappy little diner.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the Peach Pit's not a crappy little diner. The Peach Pit's like some kind of iconic like place. You know?
Burt Reynolds goes there.
Right. This is a place where you may or may not want to eat off the plate.
And junkies that have their names tattooed on their arms
How
together.
Stupid.
And hearts.
And I mean, like, that's just, like, I mean, obviously they had to be high. Those tattoos should have been a lot more runny. Because there was obviously some shit in their blood.
Yeah, no shit.
Just saying.
Wow.
Have you ever seen a tattoo that
Yes.
somebody got when they're drunk?
Well, I've seen... No. Well, maybe.
Because alcohol's a blood thinner.
Yes, that's true.
And their blood runs, and the tattoo gets all nasty and smeary and not good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was thinking of heroin, but yeah. Alcohol, you're right.
Well, okay, they probably weren't drunk. They were probably on drugs, but whatever. You're ruining my...
No, I like that. That's a nice... I mean, your brain is calmer than... It's like the student that sits in the front row of the class, just raises your hand. Have you ever seen somebody get a tattoo when they're drunk? Let me explain it to you. But I liked that piece of information. Now it's going to get thrown in with the fucking beehive of information in my brain.
Oh, no.
And eventually one day I'll vomit it out onto somebody.
Ew.
Tattoos, drugs, alcohol, blood thinner, vasodilator. Anyway, so what I was going to say, though, is they've been gone all summer. So they've been the Scooby Gang's been trying to keep the peace in Sunnydale all summer, which I think it's really nice of the vampires and demons and stuff to take the summer off.
Right?
Because no world-ending events happen in Sunnydale during the entire summer like they do during every other week.
That is true. There's no big bad.
And so Cordelia's been gone.
Where was she?
Zawataneo.
She was not in Zawataneo.
She was in a Mexican resort. She was at a Mexican resort.
Okay.
I'm just going to assume it's at Zawataneo. It's
Sure.
the resort that Andy and Red built with their ill-gotten gains.
Okay.
But
yeah.
she was there, and Xander he's like, I miss her so much, and I can't wait to see her. And Cordelia's talking to Willow, and she's like, I miss him so much, I can't wait to see him. And then they see each other, and they're like, what's up?
Yeah, it was so weird. Like, why?
It's dumb.
Do you think they were afraid to, like, show that they were excited to see each other?
Obviously.
That's stupid, though. Like, aren't they supposed to be boyfriend and girlfriend?
Yes, but they're in some weird in-between place right now, I think. And they're both so insecure with each other that neither one wants to be like, I missed you, because they think the other one's going to be like, fuck you. Ew.
It's ridiculous. Stupid people. Ugh.
Oh, and Cordelia's like, he didn't meet somebody else over there. Oh, no one lives here, right? And then when she sees him, she's like, yeah, how long was it until you fucked an Inca mummy girl? He's like, what? She's like, yeah, they told me about that. I wasn't in that episode, but they told me.
It's weird. Like, I don't even remember if he was supposed to be with her then, but...
No.
Okay.
No, she's saying... Well, the funny thing is that Cordelia says, now there's no one in this town, only monsters. She's like, but Xander's attracted to monsters.
That was funny.
They're both afraid, and he's like, oh, she probably had some Mexican cabana boy. And yeah, so.
Weird.
Mm-hmm. Whole thing's weird.
But they end up on top of each other at some point, so it all works out.
Well, the vampire in between them.
Yeah, oh yeah. She stakes the vampire and then she falls onto Xander. That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
That was a cool little shot.
It was a cool shot, but also ridiculous. They go way over the top with the music and everything.
Yeah.
The big love theme. It's
Yeah.
like, there's a summer place. What, you never seen that?
No.
That's the theme from A Summer Place.
Okay. I don't know the summer place.
It's a movie in the 60s. Anyway, so they get together, so that's resolved.
So with Buffy, she seems very like sad and depressed and lonely and has no friends, and like that's probably been her whole existence, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then the junkies show up at the diner, like you said, with the matching tattoos. Mm-hmm. Then they put their arms together and it makes a heart and it says their names.
Yeah, Ricky and Lily.
And Lily knows her because if we remember way back, there was an episode with Spike and Drusilla. I think maybe Angel too, I'm not sure. And there was like a vampire worshipping cult that was like locked in their basement or something. Mm-hmm. She was in it. So she remembers Buffy because she saved her.
And she's like, Anne. And she's not responding. She goes, Buffy. She turns around. She's like, what the fuck? She goes, you don't remember me, but
you
in this episode.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of cool. It's like the first time that anybody's ever kind of like acknowledged anything she's done aside from her friends. So,
but yeah, so she's just like, hey, I ran away too. I make up names all the time.
Yeah.
I used to be a fancy mushroom. Or whatever, I don't know.
So she wants her to go to a rave.
Yeah.
And she's like,
break a glow stick, grab a pacifier, and let's go to a rave.
I don't know, she was asking her to pay for them to get in though, I think. Right?
She's like, I don't have any money. It was weird.
Yeah. So Buffy turns her down. And somehow Shut up. You tell it.
The look of concentration on your face is the best. What were you going to say? Where were you going to go next? What's the next thing you remember?
Buffy is talking to this weird minister guy.
Okay, yes, she does run into him on the street.
And he's inviting her, like, to his cult or whatever.
Well, yeah. I mean, he says the Save the Children Hunger Shelter or something like that. Whatever the fuck it's called.
Right. Oh.
It was called the Make Human Happy Children Hunger Shelter.
Prior to this, though, she keeps seeing people on the street. Old homeless people wandering around saying, I am no one.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
And then she also sees a guy with the same tattoo as Ricky, because Ricky is missing.
Yep.
What?
Now that's a jumble. That's a jumble in your head. Lily, quote unquote, comes to her and says, hey, Ricky's missing. I need you to help me find him. And she's like, I don't fucking do that anymore. I'm Anne now.
Right.
I work for Nat Sabuccio or whatever his name is. And she's like, no, you gotta help me. I don't know where else to turn or whatever. So she convinces her. So she goes and looks in the fucking junky, abandoned house that they live in, where they squat with 500 other people. And she sees a dude with his tattoo, but he's like 100 years old and dead.
Was he dead?
Yes.
Aw. That's sad.
And so she tells her, hey, he's dead. He was really old, though. She's like, what? She's like, then it wasn't him. He's like, nah, same tattoo. It was definitely him. Something's going on here.
Because there's no way that two junkies had the same idea.
Right. Exactly. So they investigate, as Buffy always does. Mm-hmm. And Lily's like, well, we gave blood sometimes, so...
Because that's how you get a couple bucks.
Obviously, we're going to look there first.
I've heard of them paying for plasma. I didn't know they pay for blood.
Depends on how rare your blood is. And I think that's kind of what they mean when people say they donate blood. I think it's plasma.
That would make more sense.
But anyway, so they go there, and the nurse is like, nah, he hasn't been here. All it says is candidate next to his name, though. And so Buffy breaks in and looks at the thing, and she's like, what experiments are you running here? Who's a candidate? And she's like, he just pays me to tell him which ones are healthy. It's like, that doesn't seem suspicious to you at all? How can you just tacitly go along with that?
Right. Well, I mean, she must need the money and have very loose morals.
I guess so. She could be a prostitute then.
That's true. She could.
So she tracks down the cult leader guy, because that's the guy that's been paying for this. And he's like, hey, look at the thing on the floor.
Well, no, he's like...
I'm running out of steam now.
He's like, Lily.
It's been too much of me talking and not enough you.
Sorry. He's like, no, your friend Lily's in here. Come on. Like.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because Lily goes to him, and she's all sad and stuff. And he's like, oh, let me, make people happy.
Yeah, let me cheer you up.
Make humans happy.
So Buffy goes in because she thinks she's going to go see Lily. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, there's this, like, weird... black tarry pool on the floor, and he's talking about they have to do some kind of ritual to like cleanse her or whatever.
Sure.
Like, that's some scary shit. I don't know how you just like, okay, sure, I'm gonna go get cleansed.
Right, exactly.
By the strange, weird man.
It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, people can get indoctrinated into to cults and stuff like that, but it has to happen slow.
Right.
You can't come in white hot and fast with like, you gotta cleanse your soul in this horrible black pool. It's like, then you scare away the people you're trying to indoctrinate. You have to slowly talk about their faults.
But something reaches...
If anyone wants to become a cult leader up there.
Right.
It's the game plan to follow.
But something reaches up out of the black tar and pulls Buffy in.
Yeah, I guess. Like, they kind of fall in there, but...
Whatever. It pulls her through, and she just hits the floor because it's like this, I don't know, optical illusion of a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what
it's
the
a portal
fuck it is.
to essentially hell.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they never really explain it, but it does seem hell-like.
It's not really hell, but it's like a goth industrialist version of hell.
So, it turns out that they've been getting these, young people off the street and working them.
It sounds like they've been doing good. We're getting these young people off the street and we're putting them to work.
Working them till they're old and they can't work anymore. And then they send them back through the portal. And it's only been like a day, but it's actually been like 100 years.
Yeah, so time passes more slowly on Earth, faster down there. Or the other way around?
So it's faster there and slower on Earth.
You could be down there for 100 years and it's only been a day on Earth.
Right.
That's what they say.
So they go back and it's like nobody's even knows they're missing, but they don't look like themselves anymore and they're confused. And they don't know their own names because they tell them that they're no one.
Right.
Over and over for 100 years and beat them if they say what their name is.
What's sad is he goes, he remembered your name long after he forgot his own.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like.
It was on his arm, though.
That is true. That's a very good point. So, that's the plan. They're going to try to get Buffy to work in a slave dungeon in hell.
All of them. And they rip their faces off and they're like fucking demon people or something.
They look
I don't know
demons.
what they're supposed to be.
Demons.
They didn't explain this at all.
I think they're demons.
I guess, but what are they working at down there?
That is a good question.
Just vaguely mining. Dig some more rocks. Satan needs these rocks.
Yes, the motivations are a little unclear.
Satan's building a grotto, and we need more rocks.
But see, they made a very big tactical error by bringing Buffy to their little hell setup.
Well, they didn't know.
Yeah.
They didn't know she was the buff. That she was the buff.
Yeah, the guy asked her, "What's your name?" After she's watched them beat down people for saying that their name is whatever.
And then we get the triumphant, she's no longer Anne. She is Shed Anne.
Yeah, she's like, I'm Buffy. I'm the vampire slayer. And then she starts kicking their asses.
She says the name of the show. And then says, who are you? Or what's your name? Or whatever. And then, she starts to fight back. And the demons are like, humans don't fight back. That's the whole point. The fuck?
It was pretty funny.
So, she just kicks all their asses and gets some of the people out of there.
Yeah.
Not all of them, though.
Yeah, they do a boost up through the portal and then it closes. Thank God she got on the other side first.
Right.
That would have been a whole 2-hour movie to figure out, go on a quest to figure out how to open the portal.
There are a bunch of people that are left under there, though.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Because there's the group that Lily came in with, but there's a bunch of people working down there, already. Mm-hmm. And she just, I know she didn't have any time to save them, but she just, and there's no explanation for any of this, where it came from, who these people were, what they wanted.
It doesn't matter. The point is Anne, and that Buffy is now Buffy and not Anne anymore.
And Lily's going to be Anne.
She does. She tells her you can be Anne, and she gives her apartment and her job.
I feel like Anne is just a identity that's passed along from teen runaway to teen runaway.
Maybe.
So if you're in Los Angeles and you're at a shitty diner and you see an Anne,
there you go.
Just be like, I know who you are.
So, in the beginning of the episode 2, we find out that Giles had been looking, like you said, for Buffy. Yeah. And he goes and talks to her mom, and he's telling her how, he has had no success so far. And she looks sad. And he's like, you shouldn't blame yourself. And she's like, oh, I don't. I blame you. Right. What the fuck, lady?
Yeah, she hasn't learned any lessons.
No, it's 100% her fault. She kicked her out. How could that be Giles' fault?
Yeah, she refused to, once shown the truth about Buffy, she refused to acknowledge it, essentially. Kicked her out. And basically told her, no, you can't save the world. You have to stay here.
Right. So, it was not good, but Buffy shows back up on her doorstep and then they hug. Everything's going to be okay now. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be. She doesn't deserve to have her daughter back. I'm sorry. I do not like her mother at all.
Well, I am mad at her mom, yeah.
I hope she does learn something. I hope she changes.
Me too.
Buffy deserves more support.
I think it'd be great if she changed her clothes.
Okay.
Yeah, remember when she was going out with Ted or whatever?
Yeah, that was awful too. She's not a nice person, and she's not a good mom.
Yeah, a vampire should kill her.
That would get her out of the way,
Yeah, that would be good. Then we don't need her anymore.
right?
But yeah, that's it though. Essentially, right?
Yeah. So that
Everyone
is
gets. Well, actually, we don't see her reunite with the rest of her
no.
her gang.
That'll be next episode, I'm sure. That'll be a happy one.
Yeah,
Much happier than her mom.
her mom with her vague job at the museum.
Right.
But that is the episode, everyone.
So you can write us at latefee1994 at AOL.com.
Yep.
Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
Yeah.
And share the tapes with your friends.
All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.